All right, Nicholas, welcome back. Happy New Year, my friend. Still got the mullet going. Nice little room you got there.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's probably time to grow up. I reckon it's got to go. But mum and dad just not wrapped with it at all. I think it's pretty awful. So, yeah, but happy New Year to you.
So you're living back home, mate. Looks like that's not the bedroom, is it? Back at mum and dad's place?
Nah,
is that the single bed there?
Yeah, this is where all my drunk mates come, and if we've had a night out, they just stumble through the front door and roll in here. So, nah, not my room, just a little study.
So you're a Sydney boy again, mate. Fucked off Canberra.
Yeah, it's done now. My 3 years in Canberra. It was almost like a little apprenticeship of being an adult, I reckon. But yeah, literally moved back, nearly forgotten about Canberra already. It feels like it's weird. I don't know.
It's really awesome though, mate. You get there, you picked up a job pretty quick, nearly finished uni, I assume.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nearly finished uni, but finishing it a couple of years ago. Always, I feel like I've been saying a couple of years for about 5 years, so that's all right. Yeah, it's really back though.
I was a never-ending uni student, especially when I used to get done for plagiarism and shit. It was fucking brutal. I remember I was the first year that they brought in Turnitin, and let's just say I was a 80% man. It was pretty fucking brutal. But mate, we were talking just before. You've just gone through COVID. How'd you go?
Hey, the Rona did not miss me either. Had it for my 7 or 8 days or whatever, and 2 of them wipeout rounds. I was just like, someone was saying, "Oh, how are you coping with isolation?" And I was like, I honestly could not do anything else right now. Like, I just need to lie in bed, and I'm like the most hyperactive human being. Like, always constantly doing stuff. I was liquid, mate. I was just no good.
But the thing is, you're super fit. Like, you play golf, you play footy, you do all that shit. You're fucking ADD to the nines. This was a sort of, and what were you? Did you come off a bender, or what was the story?
Yeah. Yep.
Festivals.
Yep. I reckon I had 9. So say a 10-day patch where I was, 7 out of the 10 would have been pretty good days. And then, so I went out on New Year's Eve, had a pretty big one, and New Year's Day went to a festival as well, and that was pretty big. And then had the rain on the second, so I was depleted of all nutrients. So it's not surprised that I got wiped out by it.
Did you know it pretty quick? Do you have to go line up in one of those big tests, or what did you do?
No, I was lucky. I just did a rapid test.
Yeah.
And then because we went to line up, it was a 5.5 hour wait.
No thanks.
And then they came out the next day and said, all you need is a rapid test. So it was sort of perfect timing for that. And because I'm not working at the moment, I didn't need it for anything. Lucky in that sense. But yeah, passed the test on the 7th day and carried on.
So what did you do? That was you and your brother just like in isolation at home?
Yeah, so our rooms are next to each other upstairs. So I have a TV in my room. So we were just sort of keeping space for the first part of the day. And then as it got sort of 2 o'clock, we'd turn on McKay races on the Tuesday. But a bit of Ballina we've got to run as well. So, movies and shit, mate. The days were just monotonous. It was the same shit every day.
Yeah, and hot sweats and stuff?
Hot sweats weren't too bad. It was more like your head just like felt like it was getting crushed, like coughing. I was actually sneezing heaps, like
really
every 4 or 5 minutes, like proper, like big sneezing. And if you have a look at my nose, when you sneeze, the ground shakes, a bit of an earthquake. So I was proper cooked for 3 days.
What about food? Were you ordering heaps, or mum and dad just sneaking it in through the door, or what?
Mate, we got treated like lepers. It was like mum would like bring food up. She'd drop the food at the door, knock, and then she'd go, wait. Okay, come out and grab our plates. But yeah, she was pretty good to us, to be honest.
Any wins on the punt? I know you had a little go on the weekend. Normally you have a bit of summer off.
Yeah, our first week back having a punt, I sort of forced punt because I was in isolation. I think I lost a couple of hundred during the week, betting on big bash, like
everything.
Like run scorers, like just betting on anything. And then on Saturday, I think I decided I'm going to just play with something really small for the day and just play it all day. I ended up losing my money, but it was just more like a
killing time.
Yeah, exactly right. But we're back this week, mate. It's exciting.
So what do you make of Queensland? So normally I've had you on all through last year, or most of last year, doing a lot of Melbourne stuff. And obviously you look at Sydney, but we're going to look at Magic Millions. Is Queensland, do you take it? Do you get into it a bit, like especially around summer?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think there's usually money to be made at these carnivals too. Like I went up there, would have been 3 years ago now. Horses like Vincebella and stuff. That's what I remember when I think of this carnival, because I back did a couple of years in a row where it won the same race. So good horses go up there. They're running for big prize money. It's really like the Gold Coast is like such a cool place to have big events like this. I even love the build up, like the polo and the stuff they do at the beach. I reckon the whole build up to the week's really cool. So yeah, pretty big on it. But after this few weeks, I do not pay much attention to Queensland racing.
Just wait to get into autumn. Who are you looking forward to seeing again? Very Elegant.
Yeah, pretty keen to see Very Elegant. A few 3-year-olds, like what's Animo going to do now? Like that Elizabeth's shaping up to be anything, isn't it? Like if they could get a Dave over here, Very Elegant, you have Think It Over in there. Like you've got a ripping 7 or 8 horses there that could.
And Waller's got so many good ones, eh?
Yeah, 100%. And then Nature Strip TJ again. Like,
don't get me started on that.
It's pretty cool. So I think there's a lot of good horses. That'll, especially I reckon there's a few girl horses a few fillies and mares that are going to be really good in the winter too.
Yeah. So what are you going to be having a punt? Like you said, you normally have a bit of time off during summer, winter. You're similar to me. I normally try and have a bit of a spell. I don't think I've had one bet this year, and I'll fucking nod my head to Caesar's Palace. A friend of mine, he's come on the podcast before. Vuko and a few of the Northern Beaches guys have shares in Caesar's Palace. And he told us it was definitely going to run because there was no jockey notified when we were doing the podcast last week. Then he messaged us during the podcast and said Josh Parr was going to be on. Josh Parr is going to hopefully just take it to the front, and exactly what happened. It was a fucking good win, Caesar's Palace. So good on them.
$8.
I think I got about $8. I think it came into about 650 or something, but it was pretty good. Nearly lost, but it was mate, fucking held on. So happy days.
Stuff.
Let's have a look at Gold Coast, eh?
Let's do it.
First race is obviously there's kind of some of the big wigs are up in Queensland. We got Tommy Berry, we got J Mac. Quite a few of the jocks have had COVID too, so they're coming back. Tommy did, Hugh Bowman did, Schofield did. They've all fucking had COVID last few weeks. But look who's up the top. Tommy's up the top. J Mac's second favourite. Karen McAvoy is third favourite. Warmth is the fave. Tommy's aboard for the Snowdens. It's 3:30, a little bit of a drift. Devil's Throat for J Mac at 5:50 now. Cartery at 7:50 for John O'Shea and McAvoy. Then we got some Queensland jocks like Jim Byrne, Jackson on time at $11. We got a couple of double figures there. Some of the Sydney boys up top, mate. Are you with any of them?
The maiden race to kick off the day is not the most exciting thing in the world.
They're kind of fun. They're kind of fun.
Yeah, they are. It's between Warmth and is it Karate?
Yeah,
is that how
Karate.
I reckon its last start was really wide. Didn't have a lot of luck at all. I think $8 is actually probably a pretty good price considering you look at a horse like Devil's Throat's going to be jumping from literally the car park too. So yeah, 9 and 11 be the two I'd play, but I dare say that I'll be keeping the cash in the pocket for that race.
I'm going to agree. Let's move to the Open in race number 2. This is going to be interesting because we were just talking about this, and one horse that I've made a pact that I'm not going to tip ever again, which means it'll win, is Big Boy Roy. So Karen's on that. That's a Waller horse. We got Wheelhouse to get in the bin.
Put it in the bin, mate.
Fuck, it's brutal, isn't it? Wheelhouse, Tommy's aboard it. So Tommy's on the first 2 favourites. Wheelhouse had a good win at the Goldie, whenever that was. Big Boy Roy is not getting my cash, even though it is second favourite. It's $6. Karen's aboard. Love Tap. It's not a bad horse, to be honest. Timmy Clark's has gone up there as well. That's $6.50. It's already been back a little bit. Decenifer, however you say that. Thompson's aboard. That had a good win the other week. When was that? A couple of weeks ago at Doomben on Boxing Day. That was a pretty good win. Reloaded. We know Reloaded. J-Max aboard there. Steph Thornton's on Saltpeter and whatever. There's rougher horses. Wheelhouse is pretty good. Love Tap's an alright horse, but I'm not fucking backing Big Boy Roy. You can have him. I know he's your horse, your favourite.
Nate, don't you put words in my mouth. I hate the horse. It is
a non-winner.
You look up on Google definition of a non-winning racehorse, Big Boy Roy, big photo of him comes up. That's exactly what happens. I think it's a simple one. I think Wheelhouse wins. Love Tap coming out of the same form reference, just led, died. Wheelhouse couldn't have been more impressive, was brought to the outside and was super. you're not getting much of a price, but I do think it's pretty simple. I think Wheelhouse wins this race.
I like Wheelhouse. Let's go with it. Race 3, Parry Sounds is the fave. 270, J-Mac aboard. Pretty good horse. Coming off a win at Randwick. Bjorn Baker. Wapiti, Queensland horse. We've seen it go around plenty of times. That's at 480. Fun fact, expected to be on speed, $6. We got Outlandos, Confrontational, and fucking Rebel Rama owes me a bit of coin. Brett Preble's aboard there. Who are you with?
One of those races where you're looking for a bit of a grinder, aren't you? You're not really 2,400. You're looking for a horse that can run it out. I think Parry Sound again's the obvious one in the race and gets J-Mac too. Its last win was really, really good. I think they fucking went ballistic out in front, I'm pretty sure, in the race that it ran in as well. So,
that's why Creaderis came home for second.
That's exactly right. So I think it sets up nicely for Parry Sound. At least, it'll run the 2,400 too. So happy with Parry, but again, I won't be going too ballistic with the wallet.
I'll give you a question. How much do you reckon prices influence J-Mac, especially on like a race day? Because we know the horse, J-Mac is often going to get the best horse, but if the J-Mac Waller factor or the J-Mac Baker factor or whatever, how much do you reckon that influences a price? Like if that was fucking, let's find another jockey. If that was Craig Newitt aboard the horse, how much of a difference in price do you reckon it makes?
Probably a 270 shot probably becomes 340, does it? I reckon 350.
I reckon it's at least. I reckon he's got such a big factor.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when Hong Kong, for example, you've got Joe and Zach, and you have a look at their markets, and they are literally half the quote because of who's riding it. But I reckon it's fair though. Like the jockey can be just as important as what the horse's ability is. Like there's times J-Mac gets things over the line that a lot of other jockeys couldn't. So yeah, I think probably a 270 horse is somewhere between the 4 and 350 range, I'm guessing.
I think you see it more on race day, right? When everyone's punting, they go, what's J-Mac on? And that's where the fucking coin comes for it. But yeah, I always find that a bit interesting.
He's always shorter on the tote too, J-Mac. Always shorter on the tote.
Yeah, always. And when you look for like one of those like tough jockeys is like Nash, right? And you see Nash, I think, I don't know what he won on up in Queensland last week or week 4.
Oh, that Chris Waller thing.
He's amazing, how he gets things over the line. Yeah. Fucking tough as. Race 4 is the Fillies and Mares, 1,300 meter snap dancer. J-Max aboard, $4. Brookspire. I don't mind Brookspire. Waller horse, obviously. Karen's aboard, 420. Kiku, Nash, not a bad horse either. Crone has won some good stuff in the past. Salatine at $10. Lady of Luxury had a good win last. I think it's coming out 2 wins actually. Pretty good too, those 2 wins. Lady Luxury, Incredulous Dream, that's not even that bad either. Tommy Berry's there for Kieran Ma. Mate, it's a pretty good race. I don't know which way I'd go. What do you reckon?
It's a ripper race. I really like Crone. I'm a big fan of this horse. Last preparation coming through, winning, I think it won a Group 1, its first Group 1, and then running in just really, really good company. I think better company than these horses. And if there's, at the moment, I think it's a soft 6 up there as well, so, which really, really helps too. Doesn't mind a sting out of the track. So if it sticks around that soft 5-6 mark, I think it'll be a lot shorter than 650, maybe more around that $455 mark. So pretty happy with Crone and love Timmy Clark up in Queensland too. I reckon he goes really good up there. So Crone,
Crone much of a back. Where do you expect Crone to be?
It should be midfield. It shouldn't be in the first couple. I would have thought it'd be further back in the field. I won't get back to last. It'd be midfield.
I've got that weird mindset where if Tim's not on a leader, then I'm not back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you just said that. I'm like, well, speed-wise, Crone's not going to be at the front. Tim Clark's the best front-running jock that I've probably fucking ever seen. He's amazing. How often do you see him win when he's not on a leader?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like I'm probably completely wrong.
I've just got to trust Timmy. It's like Linda Meach is a bit similar, I reckon. Yeah. She's really good on front running. But if the horse is good enough, I'm happy enough. There's up there as well, pretty tight track. Like traditionally, a fair bit of speed goes into these races because it's such high stakes. It's usually high pressure. So being back in the field, certainly not the worst thing in the world.
Do you remember what the Group 1 he won was? I can't remember what it was. I'm looking at it. I know that Mizzy beat Mizzy.
It'd be that.
It was out of the fucking blue too, I remember. He was like $13 or something.
Had different colours at the time too. Had those
blue.
Purpley pink.
Yeah, bluey purple.
It's I can't remember what the race is.
Can't hurt going to Golan though.
No.
Can't hurt going to Golan.
All right. Up there. So
yeah. So you're a Crone man, $7. Interesting.
I am a Crone man.
Any thoughts on Incredulous Dream? I know it's like up in class a little bit. Tommy's board, Kieran Marks coming. I think it had a little run, which wasn't that bad. It's a bit fucking hidden when Snippy Fox won. I don't know. I'm seeing 17s. I'm thinking it's a bit fucking overs, but I don't mind your Crone bet. It's fucking hard. Kiku's good.
But yeah, that's the thing though. Like you're saying it's overs, but is it a standard horse like Crone? Is it a really good horse like Snap Dancer? Like Kiku's a really good horse as well. Maybe 20s is overs, but yeah, I think it's about right.
Crone it is then. All right.
Crone wins.
Okay, Crone wins. All right, this is cool, this race. 1200 meter race, Isotope, bloody good horse, right? $3.30. Ryan Maloney is aboard. Golan, who's the guru up there. Didn't win the Group 2 that it came down for, where Wild Ruler beat it fucking last April, was it last autumn, whatever it was. Hasn't been around for a while. Away Game was massive. We know Away Game, it won the Magic Millions, fucking 2 years ago when it was massive.
2 years ago, yeah.
$41 it fucking won. And won by like lengths. That came second the other day with a huge run behind that Marabi. Flew, right? It was
good opinion bit too.
Really good win. Fucking hell. Away Game, $3.40. Isotope, they're around the same price. Baller, we know what Baller can fucking do if it shows up. Fatus is there. Roheron, perhaps his favorite horse from memory. I think it had a win, didn't it?
That's out. There's a good story about that.
Tell me the story, Roheron.
So there's 6 of us, like our group of mates, Pat being one of them. And we were sitting at a house one day and we were just punting all day, back and forth. Like we'd all put $50 into a little bit of a kitty. And we decided to throw whatever we had left. Roheron was racing the last at Randwick or something. Whatever we had left, we chucked it on the place. It won that day.
On the place?
Yeah, it was like 3:30 the place or something. And then we were in Melbourne maybe 12 months ago, did a similar thing, had all the kitty, like $50 each. I think we got to like $400 or $350. And we didn't even know Roheron was in that day. And it was in like race 7 or 8. And we decided to smash it to win. It was about, I think it was $8 or $9 again, and it won. So it's like a bit of a cult hero horse for our group. So there's probably a little bit too much emotional attachment. Every time the horse runs, our group chat's blowing up. So
did you get on last start then? It won at 10s last start on Boxing Day.
Nah, I wasn't punting, so I was having my time off the punt. But when I see the Roheron messages and the blue dots going into the group chat, I get pretty flat. Looking pay $12 or whatever as well. So,
mate, Nash is aboard. It's $10. Totally Charmed is there. Tycoonist is a pretty good horse. I know it's obviously stepping up, but fucking Scalapini, Blondo, whatever, they're all there. But mate, it's a pretty tough race. I love Away Game. I know Isotope's a freak, but then you've also got these other ones that are around the $10 mark, which can easily fucking upset them.
Yeah, I like Away Game as well. I reckon class of the field, definitely the 2 in the top. Isotope scratched 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
too wet. It was a heavy 10, so probably fair enough. They're trying to save it for this day, but if there's a bit of sting out of the track, like is that a worry again? Like, do they not want it to be running with the sting out of the ground? So interesting. I like Away Game. I thought its last run was super as well.
Yeah.
Price is about right, that $350. I think if you can get $4 anywhere, I think that'd be really, really good.
Roheron running a place.
Roheron will run a good race. It's really, really good fresh horse. Like when they freshen it up, I think its first up record's like 6 starts for 5 wins. And when they freshen up for 4 or 5 weeks, it usually runs really well. So it hasn't had that freshen up, but the fact that they've come to this race second up off a small spell probably shows you it's going really well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does run a really good race.
Yeah, it's a pretty good race, this one. I like this. That's the best one so far. Fucking Magic Millions Cup. It's a 1,400 meter race. This Kementari, honestly, I don't even know where to start. I'll come back to it. $5. All right. Kementari is $5 favorite. Apache Chase is there for Desley at $6.50. 11-11, good horse, little bit of backing. Bowman's aboard. Nudge is there. Bo Ross is there. Holyfield. Oscar Zulu had a fucking good win the other week too. The Ritz, Michael Costa's a good trainer up there too. Nicholas Kementari.
Yes.
It's become a bit of a piss take. Like, people have always loved to bag this horse, but this prep, let's call it this prep. I think beginning of October or whatever, it won at Flemington, which was fucking bizarre.
Broke my heart.
Did my head in a Group 2. And then it obviously won last week, wherever it was, on New Year's Day at Doomben. Have you ever been able to catch it?
Nah, this horse. The only time I've ever won on this horse was Rosehill Guineas Day. Paid $3.40 or something, and I had it multied with something that won earlier. That's the only day I've caught it. And then I remember I backed into the Caulfield Guineas as well, where it loomed up on the outside of Mighty Boss, and Mighty Boss out-tufted it 100-1.
Yeah.
And I just
never again.
Nah, I hate this horse. $6 is. I have a question. Bo Ross is $10. What price would Behemoth be in this race? Seriously.
Fuck, don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, why is it $10?
$9.50 by Rosser.
Kementari has 61. Like, if you're telling me that Kementari is a better horse than Behemoth, and you're saying we're going to give Behemoth 3 kilos, like, what fucking language are we speaking?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They chucked Nash aboard fucking Kementari. It just won last start, right? Is that why it's fucking staying as favourite? It's opened $5. It's still $5. There's been no movement. They've just fucking gone with it. What's the rep for Godolphin? Was it Vin Cox? Is that his name? I swear it was him that said a lot of bookmakers' sons have got the scholarship of Kementari, have gone through private school just because bookmakers made money on people losing on Kementari.
I just can't fathom $6 was 61 in a
$5.
Yeah, $5.
$5.
I think the two to play are Bo Rosser and 11-11. I think they're the two. We'd probably miss the price with 11-11. It's tens into what, $6 now, $6.50. So
$7. Yeah.
So I think 11-11 is a really high quality horse, really consistent as well. And Bo Rosser's the massive overs for me. $10 is ridiculous.
It's even on a drift too, mate. It opened $7.50. It's now $9.50.
But like, why?
What do they know that you don't know?
It's a 3 starts, second up for 2 wins and a second. Second up last prep, it's run 0.1 in front of Behemoth or behind Behemoth and lost in a protest.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know.
Who's your top 3? 11-11, Bo Rosser.
Let's go. Let's Bo Rosser, 11-11, and Nudge would be in for 3rd.
Nudge. So you're leaving the Queensland Apache Chase.
Yeah.
Goes all right.
Yeah, it goes okay. Queensland 4 doesn't.
Oh, careful.
Well, in these Magic Millions carnivals, I reckon. So, I don't know.
Just go the 3 Sydney jocks. All right. All right, 2-year-old classic. This is where you're going to put shit on Coolangatta. So Coolangatta, $1.95. Did open $1.80, so it's out a little 15 cents. And people might not think that's much, but it is when it's that price. Russian Conquest is the one a lot of people have been talking about. Karen's aboard for all the Snowdens at $7. Then you're going out. We got Miss Hellfire, Soaring Ambition, Mashani Spartan, which was a bizarre win. Last couple. Stupendo, Golden Arty, fucking list goes on. Snit Cat. That's a Gary Portelli thing. It's a good story behind that one. Tell me why Coolangatta won't win.
It's not that Coolangatta won't win. It can win. I just think $2 is unders. I didn't find its second win that impressive. I thought it should have been better than that, especially against the field. Had the race set up perfectly. Obviously, they're probably leaving it. They were trying to leave a little bit in the tank for it as well. This being the big one for it, like $2 million race. They're going to make sure it's grand final day. Happy to play around Coolangatta. If it wins, it wins. I think it gets out at 260, 270 game day. Russian Conquest, pretty keen.
So Coolangatta $1.95, $2, whatever. Let's say even money, but you're getting a Russian Conquest, something you would rather go around. You're getting $2.20 for a place. So I assume you'd rather take that to place than Coolangatta the win.
Yeah, well, both things can still happen. That's the best thing for me. Like you back Conquest, take your $2.20 to place. Coolangatta can still win the race, and you're still correct. So I can't fathom $2. So there's just a lot of hype around this horse. I think that's the thing. Like,
well,
I think
first win gave it the hype, right?
Exactly. I think, yeah, you post $3 about this horse, people are calling the bookmakers idiots initially. I think they're going, what are they missing? But I don't know. I'm happy to play around it. Russian Conquest, win at Randwick was super. Won by 3.5 as well, and in a little set weights and penalties race. I think it sets up really nicely. Kieran McAvoy's got a good record at this carnival too. Happy enough with the each way play, Russian Conquest.
Right.
What do you think?
Am I biased? I backed Coolangatta before its very first win to win the Slipper at like pretty big odds. So I'd love it to go out and brain them. I think it's the best horse. I know there's drawn 13, but there's a few emergencies, so it might come in like a little bit. Depends whatever happens there. It's already come out a little bit. I have to agree. I reckon it'll probably go out a little bit. Don't know if it'll fucking get 270, but if it does, I'll be backing it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not backing it now at $2. There's no point really. I agree with Russian Conquest. I reckon that's the other horse. They're the two for me. I think Russian Conquest is a good horse, and the reason it's $7 and $220 is a bit weird. I thought maybe a bit shorter, but yeah, if Coolangatta, if like you say, if it gets to 260, 270, then yes, I'll be having a wager. I think you know what. I agree. Probably the last start didn't put them away like it should. When you look at the field, you're like, fuck, it should have just pumped all them right, but who knows? I think
you can only win. All you can do is win.
Exactly right. So yeah, I reckon I'll stick with Coolangatta. And I pray to God it gets out to 270. Decent race as well as the Guineas, the 3-year-old. Jamea, Tommy's aboard. This horse is pretty good. It's $5. It got scratched the other week. Hasn't run, it's had a bunch of trials. When did it win? Ran in a Group 1 back in September. King of Sparta, pretty good horse. $6. Nash is aboard. I Am Lethal. Bizarrely has been winning some fucking good races lately. It's coming off 2 wins, I think, and they were pretty good ones. Starman's there, Indiscreetly, Shihonka, Mimi Lagarde even, Far Too Easy, Bend the Knee. They're all fucking pretty good horses. Snit's on Fire. I know a lot of them are stepping up in class, but what do you reckon? $5 a field here?
Yeah, she's one of my stable horses, Jamea. So I don't want to be too emotionally invested, but I do love this horse. I think she's a bit of a gun. So yeah, like Jamea a lot. Think it's my definite on top selection. Something interesting. Nash rode Starman to win last weekend, and now he's off. King of Sparta, and J-Mac gets the ride on Starman. So I don't know how much you can read into that.
Maybe it was already planned.
For me, just Jamea and then Starman would be maybe the one you can save on. You get $5.50 to field. It gives you an opportunity to have your 50 on one and your 15 on the other, or however you want to play it. I don't think it's a race where you need to necessarily just pick one horse and be set on them. I think if you can play around and have your 50 on the horse that you really like and have 15, 20 on the $8 shot, I think it's the best way to play it. So Jamea and Starman for me.
Starman, you don't make much of the other ones. King of Sparta is pretty good. I Am Lethal is coming off pretty good wins.
Yeah, King of Sparta is a horse I followed in its first prep, and it showed some really good signs and obviously really smart. I just don't think when you look around the form of Jamea, like Golden Rose ran 4th, 5th behind Animo and horses like in the Congo. Like I just think she's a bit classier than the rest of these horses. So yeah, Jamea
it is. All right, race 9. We go to the last. Miami Fleece, a Golden Runner for Steph Thornton. Steph Thornton's a gun. She's one of the great jocks up there. It's already been backed into 280. We got Wisdom of Water. That was had a good win. A little while ago. I think Rachel was aboard it then as well. Dr. Why Not's there. 950. Lady Banff. F Troop. Back that before. Your boys on there. Timmy Clark. The Odyssey has a bit of speed in that horse. Chapter and Verse, one of the great Queensland horses. Boom, no bar stuttering. Pretty cool race to finish the day. There's been chat on this Miami Fleece for a little while. I think it won first up at Doomben. It's had a couple of races since and hasn't done a whole lot. But it's been backed. So it's 330 into 280. Thoughts?
It's interesting because it's a horse that went backwards last start. That was on a heavy track, albeit as well, but 270 seems short. I like Wisdom Water as a horse. I just love Nisham. I think she's
flying,
She just does sets these horses for grand finals so well. Like even you look at a horse like why have I forgotten the name of the horse? Her best horse. one was scratched from the Cox plate. Help me, Eddie.
Yeah. We paid out.
Why have we got a mental? Why is there a mental blank?
Keep going. It'll come back to me. I remember we paid out on it at Tab. Remember?
Yeah. What are we doing? How can we forget this? Probably will beat it.
Keep going.
This is really,
Zaki?
really. What's that? Yeah, Zaki. I should be. You should never have me on this podcast ever again. Seriously, that is so bad.
Yeah.
The way she set that horse.
We paid it out at Tab to win the Cox plate.
I know, but then to have an error, not be able to run in your grand final and still be able to win the Emirates the way it won it.
Yeah.
That's just Annabelle Neesham. I think she's just a gun. So yeah, Wisdom of Water for me. I think just really good horse, pretty consistent type. Happy to watch Miami Fleece go around at 270. I couldn't be having any money there. So Wisdom of Water for me.
Wisdom of Water. Do you remember its win last start at Wyong? He got backed real hard. I'm pretty sure went up the fence and fucking flew. Was Rachel aboard? She was, yeah. And she sticks with the ride. Obviously, Rachel's up there. Coming off a fresh dose of COVID. Hey, $7. It's good, eh? Take the sevens.
Yeah. There's a bit of value around for this meeting. You probably only need to find 2 or 3 winners to have a really good day. So it's good.
All right. Well, that's 9 of the best. Do we have anything that would most likely take your bet? The most likely one to have a lash at? I
reckon Bo Rossa each way. I really do think Bo Rossa is the best each way bet of the card.
I think you found something there, eh?
Yeah, I really do. It'll run 6th. So,
well, if we knock out Kementari, look, it might place. But fuck me, good. I'll be shocked if it wins. I'm with you on 11-11, but mate, I'm with you on Bo Rossa. I think 950 is a bit weird. Maybe I know that opened 750. Maybe that's probably close to the right. Maybe 6, but hey, 950 and you're getting above $3 for a place.
Like I just think like what price was it in the CF4 or whatever it ran in? Like $3, $4, $5, $6. Like this is not a CF4. Like this is a Group 3 in Sydney. So yeah, Bo Rossa. Really like it.
All right. I'm gonna have a little bit on away game. I just like it. Yep. I think it'll beat Isotope, but then I'm also a bit fucking scared of half the field there. I know Ball is good. I know don't know that for 2. Raheron, obviously we know that it can just fly, right? But I don't know. But there's a lot of Queensland horses as well at odds throughout the whole meeting that could just fucking upset you. So there'll be one
that wins at 30s. It always happens.
We need to. Yeah, it might be a good quaddie day as well, actually, especially if Coolangatta gets beat.
And you can play wide. Like there's how many races in the quaddie leagues? You got $6, and you got Coolangatta who can't win, so you got $7.50. Then you got $5.50, and then you got $6.50 because Miami Fleece can't win. So you got $7 averages for all the races. So you can go pretty wide in your quaddies. I think it's a good day to make some cash.
Have you had a look anywhere else? I haven't really.
No. Nah, I wouldn't lie to you. No.
Are you a melt? Even Flemington comes back. You know, when you look at in the middle of summer, you're like, Flemington's running. The fuck? What's going on? You look all at races. Just like, spare me.
Yeah,
I'm having a quick. No. Sweet, mate. All right. Well, fingers crossed. I'll try and get some tips out for Saturday. You send them to me. We'll get them out Saturday morning.
Perfect.
Make a little multi. Need to land one of them. Were you involved with Hugger was perhaps fucking quaddie the other week?
Yeah, unreal.
I know you got a small percentage. The quaddie paid 40,000.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what percentage you've got. So unbelievable. It's awesome. He was pretty rapid.
From $50
straight to the. I think he was thinking about going straight to the slots as well, but I don't think
he hates the slots, eh?
Yeah. I need to impress.
I like how I do enjoy some of his posts. I think he was in the slots and he's like taking pictures with chicks and stuff in the pokies and stuff. So that was fucking hilarious. And he's like posting there's like machines behind him and like all these chicks that he's meeting in the pokies. Mate. Good place to meet birds, mate. Good place to meet.
It sums him up pretty well, those photos. It sums him up very
All right, mate. Well, thank you for joining me again.
No worries.
We'll do it again.